Hello, I am Georgia and I titled this video, You Owe It to Yourself. What do I mean by this? I mean that for a long time I believed that freedom comes from being able to do whatever thing you want to do whenever you want to do it. So I was in a place where I always said no to a lot of opportunities. So I used to reject meeting up with people, not going after opportunities that would not convince me. But doing so really brought me to a place of stagnation. Nothing was really moving in my life, and I was blaming circumstances because what was happening to me would not correspond to what I wanted. So I would blame it on the outside, but at the same time I wasn't doing anything to change my experience. Like months ago, I read somewhere online that real freedom comes from discipline and being able to go after your goals and what you want to do without procrastinating, while really regulating yourself and being disciplined. For the longest time, I was in a comfortable situation where I was living and I was working at my parents'. But you know what happens in that situation? That the environment you're in is it's not stimulating. It kind of gets boring. You're always surrounded by your family members and there's no growth in that environment. So what did I do? I just quit it. I quit it and I decided to go after the real estate market, which, let me tell you, is very different here in Italy from the US. So I happened to do something that was not really what I was expecting it to be, but at the end of the day, it was a new experience. It was a new experience, and even when you find yourself doing things that you don't really like 100%, at least you're getting an idea of what you want to do in life, and maybe you're meeting new people there, and people will bring you to other new opportunities. So I just went for that, even if that didn't really convince me. And still, I was able to have a great experience there. And then little by little, I was able to actually find more and more things that would interest me so that I would be able to meet more people, make more experiences. What I learned from this experience is just to not prevent yourself from doing things just because you are hesitant. You can be hesitant, you can be not sure 100%, but you know what? You're never sure 100% of anything that you do. So just start from somewhere. And real freedom, as I was mentioning before, real freedom comes from self-regulation, comes from discipline and being committed to your goals and your vision. So for the longest time, I was complaining about nothing changing in my life because I was expecting the outer world change without me actually doing anything. When you have a vision and you start to pursue it and you're putting effort in it, you are in complete control of it. Because if it's something that you're building, you have the complete control over it. There are no excuses and you're not depending on anyone else. So in this sense, it's safer because you are the one deciding and taking action on it. As a lot of people hope for, I also hoped that somebody would appear in my life and change it for the better. But when you rely too much on others, you don't really come from a place of stability. When you rely too much on others, the ground is not stable because you are the foundation. You should be the one building up your life, building up your career, building up every aspect of your life. No one else has authority to do it. Other people can help you out in the meaning of maybe giving you ideas. You can have co-workers, you can have colleagues, peers that will help you, which you will work with to develop whatever thing you want to develop. But there will be a point, but the main important thing is that you always have the main control in all of this. You owe it to yourself in the sense that nobody else can do it for you. And we all hope that somebody will appear in our lives and they will make us famous from one day to the other. They will make us millionaires from one day to the other. But why not being that person for yourself? Maybe you don't think that you're capable of doing so, but instead you can, because you owe it to yourself. Nobody else in the world will want to see you succeed as much as you want to see yourself succeed. So you owe it to yourself. Maybe you think that you're doing yourself a favor by following that inner feeling that tells you, oh, take it easy, just relax. Oh, you can do that later. You can enjoy the day. You will do that later. Always like postponing things, even if you have a goal. But who is it gonna do that for? Who is it gonna do it for you? Is somebody else appearing in your life and doing the work that you're supposed to do to get you where you want to be? No, like you are the only person that can do that. It is simple. It is simple what you need to do, because if you have a goal, if you have a vision, you know what you need to do. But at the same time, it's not easy because we are programmed in a certain way where maybe because of our fears, because of fear of failure, we tend to procrastinate, we tend to slow things down. But there has to be a moment where you are honest with yourself and you're telling yourself exactly what you want and exactly where you want to go. And if you have a clear vision, what is it that's stopping you from taking action? I really admire those people that they have a goal and they go after it, and each day they work towards it. For example, I recently watched on Netflix Taylor Swift documentary, and that was so inspiring because ever since she was young, she knew her vision. She knew what she wanted to be and do in life, and she just took action upon it. She was very coherent with what she liked, what she wanted to do, and what she achieved. So I think that a really important aspect of being able to achieve your dreams is being coherent. Think a thought which you want to think, and then talk about it, and then take action over it. You have to think, speak, and do coherently. And that's really the recipe for, can I say it? The recipe for success. You can get there. You can get there without being persistent and taking action each and every day. You can get there anyways, but it will take longer maybe. For example, like a lot of YouTubers, they upload like one video a day. But that's like, I mean, if you want to do it, you can do it, but that's not necessary. That's not necessary because that thing only, just you taking action does not guarantee you that you will be successful, okay? You just have to, your thoughts and your words have to align to that. Because one person, one YouTuber can get famous from one day to the other, even if they only upload maybe like a couple of videos, but they're very good content. So it's always like quality over quantity. You don't have to overly do things. You don't have to exhaust yourself. Just do things coherently. This also resonated a lot with me because I have an holistic teacher, which we practice like sound therapy and like Tibetan bowls and like all of like those spiritual instruments. And I told her that I was not being as persistent and as consistent as I wanted to be. And she said something like, you don't have to, you only have to do it for yourself. She used different words. I don't need to explain myself to anyone. I need to explain myself to myself. Okay? I don't owe it to just anyone. I owe it to me. I owe myself taking action. I owe myself being in the right mindset. I owe myself going into the right direction. That's what I owe to myself. And if you really care enough for yourself, you should be able to just go to overcome that feeling state where you don't feel like doing things. You know what's right, but you're not taking action. If you're that important to yourself, you should do it. You should be able to do it. Because no one else will do it for you. If you want to be somewhere in life, just take action toward it. Yeah, that's all. That's all I had to say. Yes, please. We hear a lot of noises here. I really want to move. I really hope I can move somewhere. I'm looking for places because I want my peace to be kept. I want my place to be a safe place and a quiet place. So, anyway, thank you for watching. Bye.